Welcome to another episode of Serious TV. This time we're coming to you from Ontario from WFO Bear Hunts. This week we're going after big bear. We're in some of the most pristine, most beautiful places in all of Canada. We're going to throw a few arrows down range and we got to get right in the stand. Today I'm going to be shooting the Gemini 250 spine, and I'm shooting a tough head 200 grain wide with the bleeders. Obviously bears have a lot of fat. You want to get as much wound open as possible. And it doesn't take a tremendous amount if you don't get into that shoulder on a bear just to get all the way through. So we're pretty stoked. I want to just throw one here about 35 yards. If we're good, then we're going to get in the buggy and get going, because there is a possibility that we may get a walk and stalk opportunity. So I'm kind of maybe hoping for that. But if it doesn't happen, we're either going to be in a bear, in a ground blind for bear, or we're going to be up in a tree stand. And it kind of depends on what we see on the cameras as we get close. So we're excited, gonna get it going, see how this arrow goes. Target's a little wampus on us, but we'll go for the big one in the center. That was a bullseye. So I think feel like a good release. Tell you in a minute. I was at 33 yards. Most of our shots, especially if you're bear hunting from a stand, are typically 15 to 25. The outfitters try to make it. But on a walk and stalk opportunity, we really need to be good out to 45 or 50. So for 33, I'll take this. This is the arrow I'm going to use anyways. And we're going to get going. I'm excited. Let's go. So we're here at WFO Bear Hunts, and this is Garth Matazovsky, and he is the owner and the main guide here. It's an awesome place. But as we were coming, Garth, we were looking at different anatomies of bears. Now, we've been blessed to hunt a lot of bears, but every guide has a little bit different placement that they like to have. But when you look online, there's a lot of bad diagrams where if you shot a bear there, you probably aren't going to retrieve it. So can you just give us a rundown of like where you want us to place the arrow?
I'd prefer you stay away from the shoulder. Although with what you're shooting, I'm thinking that I might have a different opinion of that. But yeah, pretty much like 2-3 inches behind the shoulder, half to third of the way up, we're going to have a blood trail and we're going to have dead bear. Awesome.
Where does the heart typically reside? Is it right behind that shoulder when it's back a little bit, or where does that heart reside?
As the shoulder is forward, you have your lungs and the heart more or less. It's basically right in between them. So if you get into the lungs, a little low on the lungs, you're going to have top of the heart.
Awesome.
And there'll be a lot of blood.
So if we get a quartering away shot, if we can have the time and patience to let it turn a little bit, because with bears, right, lots of times if they get on the bait, they're going to be there for a little while. You don't have to rush a shot, right?
Try and reinforce that with everybody, yeah, because they're there for one reason. It's not to show you. They're there to eat. So yeah, a quartering away is optimum for sure.
Okay, so we'll try to be patient. Try to go for quartering away. Broadside's great, right?
Absolutely.
But not quartering too for the shoulder.
I'd prefer not.
Okay. Well, we'll try not to either.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But we're looking forward to it. Thanks,
awesome.
Garth.
Great having you.
Thank you. At WFO Outfitters, one of the things that's pretty cool is that you get your own side-by-side. You rent them when you come here, or it could be a four-wheeler. One of the rules is you got to wear a really super cool helmet. So I'm gonna don my really super cool helmet. Look like somebody from Chips, for those of you old enough to remember that show. And we're gonna get going. So we're all set up. We've got a great wind here where we're sitting. It's about a 31 to 32 yard shot. And this is a newer bait site, but it was hit last night because they baited it yesterday. It was hit last night, and they've had a big bear on camera. So we are super excited to see what happens tonight. Man, that was an exciting night. What a great bear came in, but it probably doesn't look like it on camera, but it was getting pretty dark, and I just could not make out where the vitals were. We didn't want to take a marginal shot ever, and it was first night, so we're really holding out hope that the rest of the week's going to play out well, but tonight just wasn't the night. So we're here for day 2. We came back to the same stand that we were in last night. We saw a nice bear, just didn't look like on camera, but it was a little too dark to get a good shot. But we're back here tonight, got everything all baited up, ready for a good night. So it's our 4th evening here at WFO bear hunting, and tonight we're going to be sitting in a different stand. They have a stand that's got a lot of bears on it. Difference is this one has a little bit longer shot. This one's going to be about 55 yards from where the stand is in a ground blind, a natural ground blind, to where the bait is. So we're going to go out, throw a few arrows at that distance, make sure everything's dialed in. This isn't something we don't practice for. I practice for this a lot, but tonight's the night I'm going to have to put it into practice. So we're going to go make sure everything's on, and we're going to head out to the field. So it's our 4th night set, and coming close to the end of our hunt. We haven't seen a ton of bears yet, but we've had some pretty bad weather. Anyways, tonight we hope we're going to make it happen, but it's going to be with a long shot. So we're practiced, we're dialed in. If I do my part, everything should go well, but we're excited to see what happens tonight. we've given it just a little bit. I think what we're going to do good now is just go up and see if we can find the arrow, see if we've got good blood on it. We really, after playing the video back, looked like we got a solid shot. So didn't get the death moan, but that's not always everything. So let's go see what we got. We've got a broken arrow and got good blood on it. Oh, looks like I got good spray of blood here. Spraying out here. Okay, so just as we found the arrow, we found both broken pieces. We were getting ready to call it for the night because we're getting eaten by bugs and we didn't get a death moan. As soon as we walked back out to the road, we heard it moan, heard the direction it was coming from. We decided we want to get back in here. We cut a really great blood trail through here. Where are we at now? Here we go, right there. Blood there, blood there. He's actually blowing it out at this point. Tell me what that spray is. The light. Please. Well guys, I'm not gonna lie, we tracked this bear probably 150 yards, which is not always a great sign. All of a sudden we got to a little cliffed out area where a little rock comes out and we just lost blood. We've been pulling our hair out, so I decided to look down below. Lo and behold, right there. All right, he is a decent size bear for this area. Let's see if I can. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this, Connor.
How can I help you, bud?
I don't know. I don't even know how to get him up.
Okay.
I can't wait to see where you hit him. Looks deadly. Here, let's pull his head up. You grab his head, I'll pull this.
Okay. Make sure he doesn't bite. Okay.
Let's hope not.
Oh, no. All right.
Watch your bow.
Okay, my bow's right behind you.
Yeah. There's about 476 million mosquitoes in a 10 square foot area.
Guys, I am not gonna lie, I'm extremely proud of this bear. He's not the biggest I've shot, but I tell you what, I don't think I've worked harder for a bear. Connor and I have been, on stand for better than 25 hours this week. We need to try to get Connor's bear tag filled too, and we have 1 day left after today. But this guy came in, and this is with the tough head wide, and that is the entrance hole right behind the shoulder there, and that was a 56-yard shot. So I know for some of you guys out west, you're like, oh man, that's not that big a deal. It's a pretty big deal to us Midwest guys. And you know, I practiced for it, and you know, I practiced much longer yardage than that, and I would have never dreamed of doing it with a wide. But this is the tough head wide, plowed it, put it exactly where I wanted it, 56 yards, and well, here's the result. Now, unfortunately, he ran uphill, so we're gonna go get some drag straps and get him hopefully down the hill and then load it in. But we've got a lot of Vietnam style crap to get through and get loaded up and get some pictures in the morning. Well, after a pretty extensive drag through the Congo, we finally are loaded up. The mosquitoes have done eating us up. I think we need a transfusion at this point, and we're gonna get loaded up. It's going on a little after 11. We've got about a half-hour ride back in the side-by-side just to get back to civilization. So we're gonna get back to town, get it up on the rack, and then we'll show you the damage it did tomorrow. Well, we're back now. It's way past midnight. We're gonna go ahead and get this guy skinned out, but I was shooting the Tough Head 200 wide, and we had the entry hole was just about right here, and the exit was over here outside this leg. It actually went through this leg. So it was a good test for the Tough Head 200 wide with the bleeders. We did have the bleeders on, and it actually broke through the leg bone on one side and the shoulder girdle on one side and the leg on the other. So pretty cool. We were hoping to have better light so we could show you, but you know, at 56 yards, I'm really happy with how the shot turned out. This can always be a little iffy. You're always a little nervous. I don't shoot a lighted knock because I want as much FOC as I can get. So that's you know, one of those things that we preach on as much FOC, and then I don't want to come out and take a long shot with a lighted knock, but it does help to see where you hit it. But cut some big arteries right on the bottom part of the heart there, and it was done. Got it dragged out. It wound up being a much better bear than we had originally thought. Much bigger bear. And so that's going to conclude this episode. We're excited. Connor's going to be up tomorrow. We're hoping. We only have one day left. We just, with the inclement weather we had, we lost a few days in hunting, but Connor's behind the bow tomorrow and I'm behind the camera. So we're going to try to get an early start. So that means we're going to get this thing skinned out. And until next time, we'll see you in the field.